everybody out there in the world. I appreciate everybody coming over to the channel, hanging out with me. You know what I mean? I appreciate y'all. Check out our last video. Check out our video right now. We talking about David. I'm trying to put his picture up in the background real quick so you guys can know exactly who we talking about. Let me get a dope little photo. So right there is the guy in the background named David. He's about 20 years old, and he's being accused of murder and kidnapping and underage P word. And the guy is like really young, so you would assume that he would be a little bit smarter, but he's not smart like that. So he got himself in a real jam, and the entire world is just talking about it. I had never heard of this person a day in my life, not one time. I didn't never know. I heard his song, one of those songs he made, which got 1 billion streams by this time. I heard one of his songs like on a stream, or playing like when you're scrolling your phone. But now, this guy is about to go down for murder. And there's been a lot of YouTubians that's doing investigating, and it's crazy. So let me know if y'all think, if y'all ever heard of David. I've been trying to do my poll on here. Let's say, do you think David, spells it really funny, D4VD, is going to jail? Because that's really the question, because right now, he ain't in jail. And he ain't been in jail. So it's like, what's going to happen with this guy? Is he actually going to go to jail and shit? Where's the damn thing at? All right, so here we go right here. Oh, I put up 2 of them. We don't need 2 of them up. One of them got to go. All right, bet. So now we'll be able to see what's up with this David dude. What's up? What's up, bro? I'm trying to put that up in a corner like something like that and then start a poll. It's tweaking. You can't get none of this shit to happen on the phone. What's up with you though, bro? But yeah, the question is David a damn, I know you probably heard of David, you know what I'm saying? But right now we're trying to figure out, is he gonna be going to prison? Because it looked like he might be. You know what I'm saying? He got himself caught up in one of them real fucked up situations where he's been dealing with some young underage girl. She's 13, he's 19, 20, she's 15, and they found her dead in his car. Now, as far as I know, he would be in prison. What you think, Demetrius? Wouldn't he be in prison, especially if he came up in my time frame? Right now, finding a dead girl in your car, your ass is in jail instantly, because they're gonna be looking at it like it's a threat on society. It's a threat in the world. We can't know when you kidnap another girl. And so he would be definitely in jail. So why is he not in jail? I can't tell you. But the fact of the matter is that he might just be going to jail. So I'm gonna try to play some content on it real quick, and we'll see what the YouTubians got to say about it. So let's get to the videos. Hold up, we gotta turn it up.
The last images of Celeste Rivas before she disappeared forever from her family home. Ran away multiple times in early 2024. But we now have footage that shows her fleeing Lake Elsinore in March of 2024. So this surveillance video was taken from a liquor store. What happened was Celeste's sister came to the liquor store. It's near the bus stop where Celeste would catch the bus to go to school. And the sister was trying to find her. Celeste had already run away a few months earlier, and ultimately police found her in Hollywood, brought her back home. So this time, obviously, the family feared she was running away again. So the sister went to the liquor store owner,
knowing that the bus stopped outside that store every day.
and they wanted to track her to see, did she jump on the bus? What did she do? And the sister then
Well, a lot of that stuff they said is like current, but it's like it's new information. Let's see what we got.
Information that has come out in the David Celeste case. We now have some photos of David's Tesla that was parked where it was ultimately abandoned. Right here, as you can see, the Tesla was ticketed and ultimately sat there ticketed for quite a few days before it was ultimately towed. And get this, the vehicle was not reported missing or stolen, and there was no damage to the vehicle outside of a dent that was on the back of the car. And it was not abandoned in a random, suspicious, secluded spot. It was abandoned on the side of a road with other vehicles, almost as if it was put there so that it didn't drive suspicion toward it. Now, I want to share something with you guys because
Where did they get the idea that she was somehow a 19-year-old going to USC as a college kid?
I know. Isn't that just so crazy? Because, you know, we think, how does a 14-year-old child, present as a 19-year-old woman? And I was told that these people were just so sure that she was a college student. They were specific. They said that she attended USC from what they believed. And also, she was seen at events where there's age restrictions, you know, clubs and parties and stuff like this, where she had to be at least of 18 years old to get in. And we do know from law enforcement sources that she did have several fake IDs as well. So she was able to get into places where there was age restrictions. But again, the people around her believed that she was 19 years old and was a college kid.
Did you get the impression?
When it comes to David and Celeste, he did it. Plain and simple. He premeditated it. First of all, when I first heard about romantic homicide and I heard the song, I didn't even know it was David. I didn't know about David. I just was looking for a romantic song. That song popped up. And I was like, there's nothing romantic about this. You know, all the evidence point out to that he premeditated. And he probably gonna get away with it because he got money.
Yo, you're probably right.
That's how this world.
I'm gonna go back to her in a second, but you're probably right, Demetrius, where you say he probably ratted on some other stuff about Hollywood. Yeah, it's true, because you never know, because all of a sudden a dead girl pops up in your vehicle, and that, who's gonna let that happen? You could be anywhere in all 50 states. If a girl prop up in your car that's dead, you're probably gonna be sitting in a prison or jail in that particular town, and it's gonna be a long time while they do investigations, probably putting you up against the wall, slapping the shit out of you. Like, how the hell do you know? Because remember, she's underage. So that means family members are missing her. They like, where's our sister? Where's our family? And if she's gone, and you the last one who was with her, and you over her age, then you're gonna be responsible for her death automatically, because you're over her age. That means, what the fuck is you doing with a kid? So this guy is just one of the mental cases that is not gonna just slide around. So let's get back to the convo.
Money talk. He probably come out with a book like OJ talking about if I also did it. Look at.
So it's a whole bunch of that going on, man. We seeing that this boy done put himself in a trick
How
bag.
can you get new name brand?
He got himself in what we call a trick bag. So he gotta let that shit die out before he get himself back together. Let me let this commercial slide through and then get to the content.
The death of a missing California teenager whose body was found in a car belonging to popular singer-songwriter David. How 15-year-old Celeste Rivas died and whether a crime was committed remain crucial questions that sources tell ABC News could take weeks, even months, to answer.
It's an ongoing investigation. We have a lot of resources dedicated to bringing it to a conclusion.
Rivas had been missing for a year and a half. The LA County medical examiner unable to determine a cause of death so far, now waiting on lab tests to come back. Her badly decomposed remains wrapped in plastic discovered inside the trunk of this black Tesla that had been abandoned in the Hollywood Hills. The registered owner, David Anthony Burke, who goes by the stage name David. The medical examiner revealing
He killed himself. Let's get back to the lady talking about it. He put himself dead because, again, a dead person in your car, that is damning enough to put you in prison for the rest of your life. But if you had a dead person in your car and you don't know how it happened, then you're going to have to explain that, because who the fuck going to hear what happened to an underage kid? I can see David getting out of jail when he's about 40 years old. If he's 20, they're going to probably give him 20 years. So he about 37, 35 when he get out of jail, or 40. He's not going to get out. He's not going to beat this one, because it's just like the OJ. I mean, or any of those guys who ever went down, R. Kelly, whoever. At first, you might beat it. At first, you might be able to slide through without going down so crazy, and then they swoop back around and they catch you on the other end. And so later in life, on another crime that probably had nothing to do with the first one. And I think that that's exactly what's going to happen in this David guy, because he's been slipping around, not going down for this murder and not being arrested. And that's going to make people in America, like the regular citizens who pay taxes, going to be like, what the hell you mean? How is this guy not arrested? You telling me an underage girl can die and be body left in his car, and you saying he's not even arrested and sitting in jail to try to get more information from him? So how is the record companies paying this kind of money to keep a person who is accused of messing with an underage child out of jail? It don't make no sense. So for him to be a celebrity at that level and then be free, it just don't make no sense. You know what I'm saying? Because again, anybody else who would have got caught up like that would be smoked out quick. You be in a bing, and everybody be talking about some how the fuck did you mess with a child? You know what I'm saying? But that's what he was into for some reason. But I guess he thought he was close in her age. You know, most times if you that young, you close in age. You know what I'm saying? So you thinking like this can't be a crime. Hell, I'm not too fucking late. I'm far from her age, but technically they got the rules for a reason. And that's where he messed up at, you know what I'm saying? So I can't see him sliding past this one. This just one of them things that he gonna have to fight, you know what I'm saying? He got lawyers, so you know they said he had a lawyer that used to help Kanye West get through a case, and Prince, whoever, you know what I'm saying? One of them princes from overseas get through a case. So that's basically what he dealing with, you know what I'm saying? But you got money to even hire a goddamn lawyer like that. So if you got billions of subscribed, billions of streams, and you got a lot of money like that on your songs, they say he got about 4 songs with billions of streams on them. That's crazy because each stream with $1 billion, you probably getting what, $100,000 a year. I don't know what to get, what they give you these days on that, but it's good to be making money like that because you got to pay for lawyers to help you. You know what I'm saying? And you know, what if the white people at the record company pull away and be like, oh, they got some more damning information about you. We didn't know this at first. Now we ain't rocking with you. At least he'll get some of the money coming from his streams to pay for his account and his lawyer fees because you're gonna need it. Especially with, I mean, I can't even imagine somebody that is not him, particularly what he got going on, why it's no crime for him, that has a dead girl in their car. I can't even imagine somebody else that happening to and they not in jail. It don't even make sense. So do you think David is going to jail? Do the poll. Let me know what y'all think about it. He got a funny ass name too, the way he spell it. But that's just him. You know, we get back to the content. Let's go.
Rivas had a tattoo reading "shh" on her index finger. David has the same one. It's a popular design among performers. Investigators were seen searching the residence he was renting last week and allegedly removing a computer. The 20-year-old musician has not been named as a suspect.
In order for there to be a prosecution, law enforcement has to find some key pieces of information when it comes to a potential homicide. First, they actually need to figure out if it's a homicide or not, and the autopsy report will help give them that. Then they have to figure out the who and the how in order to bring charges.
And while a source close to the investigation says all promotion for David's new album has been put on pause, Billboard reporting streaming of his music has doubled since news of his possible connection to Rivas's death emerged. Some fans now pointing out disturbing images seen in his music videos, like One More Dance, which shows a bloody David and a body being placed in a trunk.
After watching you go.
Well, that's the wealth hustle part of this episode, and that's what we just got a chance to hear it right now and see that, you know, it's the big question, like, why is he not in jail? Why is he not in jail? Well, this wealth hustle, so we try to figure out where's the wealth and how is he getting their hustle on. So we could tell right now, they just said it on the news, that his streams have doubled since being connected to this murder. So can you imagine a record company or record executives and you like, okay, shit, dude connected to this murder just got his ass doubled his streams. So don't say nothing. Let this play out. Let's triple his streams. Let's see what his shit triple. Let's just do whatever we can and let this shit continue. I'm gonna stand up. And I think that that was his problem right there because the record company is not about to let him go down like that. They like, nah, let this nigga stay. Let him stay in the game. Let him stay getting his money for us because that means we get to bring dough in. And I think that that's ultimately what the scenario is. He's not gonna let them lose that money. David is not gonna lose that money for that record company. And I think that that's really what the scenario is because he's supposed to be in jail. But if he's not in jail, then that means that the record company is making money. And for double the streams, so that means if he got 1 billion streams and they said his streams doubled, that means he got 2 billion streams. Or if he had 4 billion streams and they doubled, now he got 8 billion streams. This to show you what money do, because he's not in prison, and we all know he's not even arrested. And it's probably people who probably think he didn't even do it. But the fact of the matter is that he got a billion damn streams, and he just doubled them fucking streams. So that lets you know he probably won't be going to jail. You know, as long as money coming in, you're not going to be going to jail. And you can think about NBA players, NFL players, or anybody who have went through some scenario, and the fact that they got money, it didn't smoke them as bad. And you remember hearing stories, whatever they was, and it's like, oh damn. Or well, maybe they went through something and then they was right back in the game again. Like, oh, he back working, he back doing it, he back. You like, wait a minute, I thought he, nope, because they got them lawyers. You know, it's the Kanye West effect. Like, you can hate me, not like me, but I got enough money to keep myself in the game. Like, you can't stop me. You know what I'm saying? So you ain't gotta like me, but you can't stop me. And I think that that's what this little David, because I never heard of him. You know, that was something that I remember knowing. Like, I never heard of a person like David, but I heard his song streaming on my platform. Like, you know how you just listen to some shit, you like, I was okay, I heard that. And so when they played it on the news, I said, oh, he sing that song. I thought that was like some old people or something. I never knew that was a young ass person saying that song. I think it's called Romantic Homicide. So it was like, okay, that's him. You know, you died, it's at the back of my mind, you died. And I was just like, okay, that's his love song. You know, people have love songs. But now, the girl he connected to, he murdered. And she a 13-year-old kid. What the fuck? This nigga right here is going to prison. He's not going to beat this. Think OJ. Think R. Kelly. They'll let you get away with it for a minute. Think Bill Cosby. They let you slide. You think Weinstein. They let you chill. They don't fuck with you at first. And then they swoop around and be like, got your ass. And you finna go sit in here. Come on. Come on. And you finna sit right in here. And now you spending money. Look, Lil Durk is locked up right now. Lil Durk is in prison still. They locked him up, I think, last year or around Christmas or something. He's still locked up right now, sitting there eating jail food, and he got money in the bank. He can live, he got lawyers, he got all of that. But the government is saying you a criminal compared to in this particular crime, and we ain't letting you out. So it don't matter how much he plead for, no, it's not me, I wasn't involved. You got to sit in there and wait for trial. And that's how long his trial gonna be? 2 years, a year? They got that one kid, YMW Melly. He been in prison for years. I think he in Florida or something like that. And he just been sitting in there. No exit, no get out. You just posted in jail. That's it. That's your new home. Years going by. Years just trapping. And you like, damn, y'all ain't gonna never let me out this bitch, man. Come on, man. So David being associated with an underage kid, that's his downfall right there. That's where he fucked up at. Being this, that's something that any young man better be very careful and pay attention to. If you're associated with an underage girl, they could put something on you so bad, you know. And then imagine his little puny 20-year-old ass sitting in a damn prison somewhere, and you the fucking person that was messing with some kid that's all over damn TV. How they gonna keep you safe in jail? How they gonna stop people from trying to hurt you? There's no way. There's no way. Your motherfucker could be like, man, I ain't seen my sister, I ain't seen my daughter, I ain't seen my cousin, nigga, and you out there messing with children, I'm finna kill you. So he in jail having to deal with the tumultuousness of that. Imagine Diddy. Somebody in jail threatening your life, and you're in the damn cell. You can't get out. You can't call nobody. And they opening the cells. This person talking about they gonna hurt you if they open the cells. You and this motherfucker like, damn, man. You doing push-ups and shit. You and this bitch like, come on. Or you turn to a tiger in your cell like, come up on me, bitch. And you and this motherfucker doing anything to fucking get your mind together that you in this prison or this jail and you gotta fight for your life. And it's like motherfuckers in there like, man, that's him right there. Or the gangsters in there, hey nigga, you better sing right now. We want to hear that shit. You in there be like, in the back of my mind. I'm serious, because he like, you know, a billion streams. Because I was saying to myself, that's something else that fucked me up. I said, so you mean to tell me somebody can have a billion streams and you never hear their song? Like, how the fuck do that work? Like, you never hear their song. Like, and then I look on his YouTube or Spotify, he got 20 million, but I got followers or listeners, monthly listeners. And I'm like, 20 million? I never even heard of this motherfucker. Like, never one day. Like, never. Do the algorithm just keep them inside your age bracket or some shit like that? Because I'm like, who is this? Who the fuck is this nigga? You know what I'm saying? So it's just one of them things and shit that kind of shock you. It's like, I don't know this motherfucking nigga, you know what I'm saying? But he got his name out there pretty big and shit, so success. That's what it all comes down to. So he did make it, you know. That's. But sometimes people do anything to make it, and that's what it seemed like to me that he just one of the people that did that. You know what I'm saying? That anything to make it shit. Like I don't give a fuck. I gotta do whatever it takes. You know what I'm saying? So even if it's getting associated with a child, being associated with murder, like I don't give a fuck. I gotta make it. And so even though it sounds crazy, but you know, this is my assumption. Because who the fuck would mess with an underage girl? That don't even make sense. It's like that's odd. It's like who the fuck, who would even do that? You know what I'm saying? Like nobody doing shit like that. On the real. But some people is crazy, and while they could sing their ass off like a R. Kelly, or they could make you laugh like a Bill Cosby, or they fast and shit, they could jump and run like a OJ. It don't fucking matter. If motherfuckers get to that point, if money and they mindset come together in the wrong direction, they could fucking fuck people up. And then you can see it with the David kid right now. Money, access, makes that nigga a murderer. Because you talking about a young ass little girl, and I just can't see a man, a grown ass man, fucking with a little girl. No way. I just can't see it. It's crazy because you naturally just by being a man, as soon as you're around a little kid, you're gonna want to get your distance. You're gonna do the kid like this. Hey, you over there? Go ahead. Go over there. And the kid like, no, I want to hang out. I want to cry. And then you might even be somebody who will be like, hey, if you don't get the fuck away from me, and the kid be like, what's wrong with that crazy? And you like, hey, I got to damn near cuss that little motherfucker out coming around me like I'm a grown ass man. Don't fucking come around me. But if you one of them freaks like that, then you'll be like, oh shit, hey, look at old girl, look at old girl. You, hey, what, who? That one, man, she a shorty, nigga. Like, yeah, but she look good. Like, oh, this nigga crazy. So I think that either nobody taught him these things or he just a daredevil minded where he like, I don't give a fuck. Hey, I'm trying to make it. I'm trying to get money and be in this motherfucking industry and get money. And I know if I had a little girlfriend, because I'll bring her around me. Come on. Everybody looking like, who is, you, how, oh no, she 19. She 19. And all of that shit probably would have happened with no issue until she ended up dead. So now the girl died. She's not even alive. And you want us to believe that you didn't do it when you was the last motherfucker with her? Nah, bro. Nah, man. Nah, bro. You the last dude with her and you saying you had nothing to do with her murder and you free? Nah, bruh. Nah, bruh. Nah, nobody. Nobody want to go with that because she underage. So if you're a man and you're around a child, then you basically say, I'm taking care of this kid. Even if you is a psycho in your head and you want to do something nefarious to the kid, you still putting that out there if you're around the kid. So if something happened to the kid, even though you wanted something to happen to the kid, you're going to be having your ass going down because the average adult is going to say that person is protecting that kid. They're not going to look at you like you is and be like, oh, that's a freak. That nigga's got a problem. Something wrong with him. They're not going to look at that. They're going to look and say, oh, that man with that girl, well, I guess he feed her. I guess he protecting her. Even if you close to her age, like him, he close in that girl's age. He was like 3-4 years younger than her, older than her. That's not a whole lot. But they got rules in America. And the rules is you cannot be fucking with underage kids. That's the rules. So that's the rules. So if you cross the rules, or if you go away from the rules, then I wouldn't give a damn what song you made, how big it is, what celebrities want photos with your ass. Don't none of that matter. Because you can't be doing that to no kids. So that's why when I first heard of the story, they said he had when I first heard this story, they said he had what they say he had did? That he died. They said he was the dead person. And so that's when I was like, what? A little young dude named David died. I never heard of him, so I was just like, that's fucked up, you know? And then maybe about 4 days went by, and then it was like, now the story changed. It wasn't him that was dead. Now it's this girl. And it's like, what? A female, she's a child. As soon as I heard 13, I said, his ass going to jail. So what they doing right now is just letting him live because they not fucking with him and putting him straight to jail yet for whatever reason. Because when you talking about a kid dying that's underage like that, 15, 13 years old, and you're a grown man, your ass, you gonna take the hit on that. There's no way around it. And he got all these photos with her, like 4, 5 pictures with the little girl too. Like, nigga, crazy. It's like, what? And so my son, he like about a couple of years older than this little dude. And so he was like, man, he said, y'all from an era, he talking to me. He said, y'all from an era where y'all want people to beat the crime. He said, like, y'all want OJ to get off. Y'all wanted R. Kelly to get off. Y'all wanted Bill Cosby to get off. He said that's y'all era. Y'all from the old school. So y'all be want motherfuckers to win when they going through the jurisprudence. Y'all want people to beat the case. He said, but we different. We come from a different era. He said, we want motherfuckers to go to jail. He said, that's why all these internet detectives exist. We trying to do the crime. We gonna investigate this shit for the cops, because if they ain't gonna do it, we gonna do it. We want motherfuckers to go to jail. I'm dying laughing, because I'm like, what? We grew up watching TV and watching a hero get away, and you know how it is. I mean, watching even sometimes the bad guy, a lot of times the bad guy got away in movies. But it's like, he like, that ain't this. If a motherfucker do a crime, his ass is doing the time, and we gonna make sure he go down. And that's his era. That's the era of the young detectives on TV and shit, my son was telling me. So I was laughing about that, because I was like, that's funny. But for him to have been involved with a murder and thinking he gonna slide through, it's crazy. It's diabolical. So I don't know what to say, but y'all gotta tell me. I got the poll up there. You can let me know what y'all think. Is David going to go to jail for this crime? Or is he going to slide out away from this and just beat it? I can't see him beating it. I can't see him beating it. I put a chair right there. Can't even see it. I bet you I could probably sit and you won't even see the joint. Yeah, so I don't know. I think David is going to end up going to jail because they don't have nothing else to do but investigate your crime. Like, they are literally bored. They have nothing else. They literally get paid thousands of dollars every year and a big ass check every 2 weeks just to investigate crime. They have nothing else to do, period. So if you a criminal and you got nothing else to do but do your crime, whatever it is, and they swoop back around on you, putting down their investigation, they could find a way to railroad you into jail. It don't have to be legit. It don't have to be like, oh yeah, here it is, smoking gun. They could circumstance your ass in jail. They could fucking just get some jury people that don't like you, or a fucking prosecutor that won't let up until you doing some kind of time. Like P. Diddy right now, whether he did the crime or not, or what element of the crime he did, he's still sitting in jail from the time they arrested him the very first day. Now, you would think that somebody rich, that wouldn't happen to them. Like, okay, well, he got millions of dollars, so they're gonna arrest you, you'll be back out, we'll come talk to you and figure out how to fight this case. No, they arrested that nigga one time, and then he been in jail every single day. So, and he's a mogul. This motherfucker got billions. This little young nigga ain't got no goddamn money like Diddy. This little rapper singer ain't got no money like Diddy. Whoever David is, he's just a singer. So that's why I think somebody like him, they want him free. They want David to be free. He must be bringing some people some money. He getting somebody paid. And they like, nah, don't let him go down. Watch our boy. He they boy. I think that's what you would call that. That's better. I think the light look better when I push it this direction. It's crazy how the sun and all this shit work. But yeah, so I think that that's his situation with David. Oh, damn, now it changed again. So I think that if I come up in this direction, it'll look a little better. But I don't think David going to beat this one. I think he's going to actually go to prison. I think that the fact that the little girl died and that he had something to do with her time on Earth, like he was around her, I think that that's going to be the smoking gun and send him up a river because, like we all know, they've put people in jail for shit way less than that. And for you to be with an underage girl, 17, 13, 15, boy, that's your... They got, in the state I'm from is 17. So you could date a girl up to 17 years old if you in a young-ass girl. 17 is pretty young. You know what I'm saying? And if you want to marry her, it's legal. As long as obviously she agree. You ain't got to go through her parents. And in some other towns and states, it's 14. You know what I'm saying? In America, this country, it's like 14 years old. You can go get a girlfriend, a girl, and make her marry you, and not make her marry you, but get her to marry you at 14 years old. Little bitty ass women, little young ass girls. So dudes that's into that shit, it ain't like you can't find it. You know what I'm saying? But these niggas be wanting them younger than that. They don't want 17. They don't want 19. They want younger than that. And that's where a little girl like that is a victim because they be susceptible to just money and cars and gleeky and food shit. If you 13, your ass gonna be hungry. You ain't gonna even just be caring about wearing a Fendi jacket. You're gonna be like, can we stop at that McDonald's? You like KFC? I'm hungry. So if you're a millionaire nigga with a billion streams, you could provide food. You got food. You could be like, oh shit, come on. Hell yeah, I get you something to eat. Come on. What you want to eat? You could pay for that. You know what I'm saying? So you really kind of swooning her with money and food, and because you can provide that. You know what I'm saying? So again, you being predatory. So I think that the fact that his wealth has doubled because of the death of the girl, they want to let that play out a little bit more. They don't want to just end it and be like, okay, that's it. All right, get him, lock his ass up, that's it. They like, whoa, the shit doubled. Oh my God, cool. Keep his ass out of jail for at least another month and let's let these streams go up. Because remember, when he go to jail, it's going to go up and then it's going to die down. It's going to be up like this, a swoop, and then it's going to drop. When he get convicted and gone, that cell shit ain't going to happen like that. And then, you know, him being so young and being so, you know, kind of dumb, he'll fuck around and kill himself in jail, you know? And then be like, hey, I did it. I don't have to be dealing with this shit. Fuck all this jail shit. I'm about to go up and swimming in the sky. Swimming in the sky, baby. You know, I'm not about to sit down here and go sit my ass in jail, and then all y'all gonna be looking at me like, you dummy. Like, I ain't finna do that. I'm gonna go sit my ass right in this motherfucking jail cell, and then I'm killing myself within 3 months. That's what the fuck gonna happen. Cause you just 20, and you know jail gonna be rough. They gonna be on your ass in that motherfucker. Like, there you go right there. And you and that bitch like, oh shit, what the fuck? Hey, put me in the place, put me in. And then you know, the opposite part of being by yourself in jail is being with the people, and the opposite of being with the people is being by yourself. So it's not a lot of options. It's like either you could deal with being in a crowd where niggas trying to whoop your ass and be in your face and make you be a crip or whatever gang they in, or you could be in a cell by yourself looking at the walls and shit, like all four walls. You done had long dictionary conversations with them. All four walls. You in that motherfucker like, I guess I'll talk to the left wall today. I forgot to tell her something. Having mental problems because you can't get out of this damn cell. You trapped in this motherfucker. So it's a lot to think about. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you talk about somebody being that young. You know what I'm saying? And then you were convicted or accused of murder of an underage child. I can't even see it being a good afternoon for him. I can't even imagine it. It's like the worst of the worst for that nigga right now. He got the worst imagination. Come on. See, that's again, you heard the statement, be careful what you wish for because you just might get it. So you sitting in the house, I just want to make music, I just want to pay my rent, I just want to help my mama, I just want to do songs, I just want to make it, I just want to, and then God give you that gift. He'd be like, you know what? Here, bam, you got it now. And all of the shit that you did to get to that point, now it's in your mind. If you gave yourself up to somebody, if you gave your money up to somebody, if you signed a contract with somebody and wasn't really reading it, now you got where you wanted to get. They gave you the thing you needed, and now all your brain started popping back in. Like, wait a minute, I was at a Diddy party and I went to sleep. What happened that day? You know, all your thoughts is popping up in your brain like, damn. And I think that's what happened with this dude. He did the shit or got caught up with the shit, and then he wanted to go back to being normal. So he was like, get back on tour, sing songs, and then all of a sudden they found the car, and they was like, we found the body, and it's like, oh shit, oh God, oh God. Because I couldn't breathe. I'd be on the radio, then people be like, don't say nothing. I'm like, fuck that. Hey, I'm on Instagram. I didn't do shit. Listen, don't fucking play. I had nothing to do with this motherfucking shit at all. Now, somebody stole my motherfucking car, I'd have been telling, because your lawyers be like, don't say nothing. Don't say shit. Listen, don't fucking say a word. You do not speak to the press. You don't say nothing. And you sitting back like them like, I can't do that. That's why I'm not getting caught up in shit, because my lawyers can never tell me that. I'll be telling my lawyers, fuck you, I'm getting my motherfucking ass on the internet tonight. You fucking stupid. I don't give a fuck what the fuck they said. I ain't did shit like that. Look, here I go right here. I took a video of myself standing in front of my crib. I couldn't sit back and be not saying nothing, because I'm like that R. Kelly and them niggas. Bill Cosby, they never said a word. They sat back quiet. People was up there saying, yeah, you did this to women. You did that to women. You did. These niggas was quiet. They just shut the fuck up. I'm like, how can you do that? How can you let millions of people say all this shit about you and you sitting back quiet? Think about it. The people gonna be having the same thoughts when the fucking judge in the jury room. You might as well put some shit in their brain too. Not just the fucking internet people saying this shit against you. So when they be quiet like David is right now, I look at that shit like, yeah, he ain't got nothing to say because he guilty. What the fuck you gonna say? You literally was a part of this shit. You had a lot to do with it. So how can you pull yourself out of it if you literally was a part of it? That's just gonna be hard to do. And that's why I think that his situation is he's going to end up going to prison for a long time because he had a chance to not be a part of this shit, and that ain't what he was thinking. He was like, fuck it, I got a who the fuck walk around with a 13-year-old girlfriend? Where's that nigga at? You gotta be fucking next level mental to even be talking to a kid, and you ain't trying to give them directions or find their parents. What the fuck you even doing with a little girl? And then if you're a singer, and you could sing songs that could get you 1 billion streams, it's all kind of females gonna be at the concerts screaming your name, wanna be. It's bros who sing who want to be on records with you. You can just go to the studio with them and be like, hey, you wanna get an ice cream or something? You wanna just chill? Let's go to my crib, let's Netflix and chill. Like you could take so many stabs at girls. Oh damn, that's a bad reference, taking a stab at a girl, because that's probably exactly what the fuck he did. Because most people, especially with a little intellect, is going to understand why the kid died. Why the kid died. The kid died because she told him no. She told him no in something, in some element, position, or point. She said no. And that no, when you're in that element of power and strength and money and financial fortitude, and somebody with little less than not even nothing can think they're going to tell you no, and now you're going to exact your power. Because you can see why his power dynamic wasn't with a girl older than him, because he has wealth, but he doesn't have a lot of mental. So a girl growner than him gonna be able to tell him shit like, look, motherfucker, blah, 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 blah. You ain't got this kind of money. You got to listen to, you don't have this type of life experience. So you'll just have to listen to her say what it is, because you barely fucking just moved out your mama crib. That's why he a Fortnite game player. He ain't fucking lived no life yet. He fucking play Fortnite. Well, that's some kid shit. You know what I'm saying? So, what the fuck I look like? He don't even have a life experience. So the girlfriend has got to be a girlfriend that at least play Fortnite. She also got to be a girlfriend that won't be telling you no, because you'll fucking snap the fuck off if you hear no too much. But what else is a kid gonna say when she's 13? Only words she probably gonna know with some kind of power is yes and no. Mama and daddy. You know what I'm saying? They're children. So it's not like she really know. And if she a runaway, that means she thinks she know a lot. Like, I'm running away. I'm finna get the fuck away from here. We all thought that when we was young. We all thought that in our home when we was whoever we lived with, grandma, auntie, family, parents. You all felt like, I cannot wait till I get grown. I'm never finna fucking be here. So any kid is gonna think that. So that's why a freak daddy psycho can come up and be like, I got a place we can stay. I got room in my crib. And you like, I guess it's gonna rain, so you never know how weird these motherfuckers is. What's up, Unc? You built different. Unc, you be going to the ice cream shops. Unc, you trying to show off your new physique. Dude, ain't going crazy. New physique, this ain't nothing new about this. You know what I'm saying? This was old physique right here, real talk. This basically my 60 pack. That's what I call it. I got to do this with the bugs because they be trying to kill me and shit when you outside like this and shit. But it feel good. See, you can't podcast inside the crib when it feel good like this. And especially with a mental case like David running around, whacking little girls, and then thinking it's cool. Because you remember, that's what they told us that Diddy was doing, if you remember. They said Diddy was out here killing girls, going crazy. They had us thinking Diddy was a motherfucking mental case. And then you find out that Diddy wasn't doing shit. He was just with some girlfriends that said he was a freak, and pretty much he was. You know what I'm saying? So that's all Diddy was doing. But he wasn't fucking with no kids. He wasn't fucking with no underage people. And they was lying about him like that. But, you know, he put himself in that trick bag. And that's the same thing with David. Nigga, if you get the money, audio keeps cutting off. Thanks for telling me, bro. Let me move my... If you get the money, you got to stay 100%. with using the money for the right thing. You can't get the money and then you want to be hurting people and doing shit to females and being on some foul shit to the girls because it's gonna come back. You know what I'm saying? So right now, dude name is mud for the rest of his life. So he'll never be able to really get money again. He'll never be able to be a celebrity like he wanted to be because of how his name is. Now, when I was young, a rapper who we all know was accused of the same kind of thing. What the big difference is, it was no kids involved in his case, but that was Snoop Dogg. He was involved in a song, in a thing, and he made the song before the murder though, and it was called "Murder Was the Case." That's before he had the murder though. So then he went through the case of the murder, and he obviously beat the case. That's when white people came and grabbed him and took them to where they are, and he's been in that section ever since. Since I guess you could say that's about 92, 94. I'm sorry, about 94, 95, 96, something like that. And then not 96, so I would say about 94, 95. So then he rocked out with them, and to this day. So it's a thing that could happen that if you keep your head on right, on a swivel, you will get out of this and be on the other side, and you could still have a career. But that's something to be determined. Like, nobody's gonna know if that's what's gonna happen with old David. You know what I'm saying? Nobody gonna know that. But he did definitely be charged and confirmed that he did know the girl. It's confirmed that he was dating her. It's confirmed that she was under 18. It's confirmed that she is dead. And it's also confirmed that she was in his car. So it's starting to be a lot of circumstantial evidence, but it's starting to be a little bit concrete witness testimony that could go ahead and push him in the wrong direction. So I don't know why he's not in jail now. I don't know why he's not doing that. It's crazy. If Unc was on the jury, this guy did a BMX trick, you'd be free him in all charges. That's a fact. Let's not get it twisted. You know how you trying to fight mosquitoes, and then I look at my arm, it's a fucking lump, and I'm like, how the fuck smart are they that they could get you way in the back? Cause I sprayed my motherfucking body, but it's like, you got me here? No, no. You have to be very dramatic when you get stung by a bee or a mosquito. So yeah, man. So that's what I just had to say about that whole scenario with this David crazy dude. Don't know if he gonna be gone forever, but it's a possibility that he might be. So y'all let me know what y'all got to think about, what y'all got to say about this. If you ever heard of this dude too, I want to know if y'all ever heard of this guy, or if he's somebody that you would listen to his music, if you're interested in his style, any of that shit. Let me know what y'all think. You can't be chilling outside in Chirac with the badminton rack coming. Come on, dog. First of all, this is never a badminton utensil, for the record. This is a switch. They're different. So in Chicago, this the switch. I shouldn't be showing y'all this. Damn. See, now you done have me, man, you challenged me. I done put the whole information out there now. This ain't that, man. This is a mosquito zapper. Mosquito zapper, bro. Get you a mosquito zapper, man. They something. I think I got it from Home Depot or something like that. Yeah, but anyway, that's that. So we'll be talking about something else soon. But you're gonna watch my last video. I think I talked about Dame, and all the stuff he got going on. And I think the next thing we're gonna talk about is I might put some more David stuff up there because this shit is intriguing. And so almost like I'm still like wondering why this dude is not in jail. How can you not be in jail with a dead person in your car? That's gonna be a story that you're gonna be hearing about for a long time because it never fucking happens. All right, y'all, peace. And leave a comment.